Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, oh, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in it. Yugi peoples, welcome to the Locals OTS commentary. Timothy MF Scott on the mic here. This is my round 2 from this previous Friday, playing against Ed, the Godfather Robinson. I'm on 60 card Hero Pal, and he's on Live Twins. As you can see, I've drawn increase for the 3rd straight game today. And yo, that 1 in 60, I keep drawing it. And he wins the dice roll, goes first, only sets a back row. So I'm actually like thinking like, hey, if I didn't have increase in my hand, I'm going to OTK him. But no, I have increase in my hand. But I'm pretty sure he's got like nib and a whole bunch of different hand traps and everything. My opening hand outside of increase was actually pretty good. So I go a hero lives to go ahead and bait out the Ash. Of course, y'all know that's our Ash bait card. And he falls for the bait. And then I am going to proceed to activate my Fusion Destiny, because y'all know that's like our first best 1-card opener. I don't know. A hero lives and Fusion Destiny is kind of a toss-up. So I'm activate Fusion Destiny here, get DP out on the board as soon as possible. That way, if one of the cards he has in his hands is nib, you know, I'll at least have DPE on the follow-up. So I'm activate Fusion Destiny, and he's going to activate this weird hand trap called Mad Jacker, I think, or something like that. But yeah, I think it allows him to steal one of my monsters with the lowest attack at the end of the turn if he happens to be on the board, but I'm not tripping about that. Y'all see Die, he hands me the Skittles power up. I'm about to taste the rainbow of EMan's life points here in a second. So now that I read this card, I find out what it does, because I have no idea what it does. And, you know, that was the second hand trap right there. And now I'm going to proceed to do Mally Denier plays. Y'all know this. Banish Mally, Special Summon Mally, activate Denier's effect engrave to Special Summon Denier. Use Denier's effect to put Mally Boy back on top. So there goes all that play. Right now I'm like trying to calculate, you know, if I can get enough damage out on the board in order to stop him. And I figure out I have enough, but one of the plays that he makes here is going to keep me from OTKing him. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out Cross Crusader, of course. Cross Crusader effect, targeting Denier. And me personally, I always target Denier with Cross Crusader's effect. That way, if they have something weird like DD Crow or Call by the Grave, I still have Mally that I can banish and put him out on the board in order to get my Cross Crusader's tribute effect. So he doesn't have anything. Special Summon Denier, activate Cross Crusader's effect to add Vion with his effect. At first, I was thinking Stratos, but then looking at my hand, I remembered that I opened up with increase. And so adding Stratos would do me no good because I can't get into Vion. So add Vion to my hand. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon that bad boy. Activate his effect in order to send. He's going to chain the Imperm. And I'm going to chain DPE's effect, targeting Vion and his Mad Jacker to get Vion off the board. That way Imperm will not be able to negate his effect. And now, since I cannot add Polymerization to my hand, I'll go ahead and use his Shadow Mist effect in order to add Evil Hero Adjusted Gold instead of adding Liquid Soldier. And it's good that I happen to be able to get my Vion's effect. The only thing that sucks is that that's going to actually put me out of lethal range for me to just OTK him this turn, because I had to pop the Vion in order to get his effect. So I'm going to add the Evil Hero Adjusted Gold. I'm going to activate Gold's effect in order to add Dark Calling. You see, I'm checking my hand because I don't want to banish the Mally that's in my graveyard. And, you know, I need a level 5 or higher monster. But I happen to have Vision Hero Ferris inside of my hand. So I'm like, that'll be fine. And I know y'all might be wondering, why don't you just activate Malicious effect and Special Summon Malicious? Because it's actually 7,900 damage. and he would have like 100 life points left. And I wanted to save the Vion off of there in case I needed it for a follow-up. So I'll go ahead and leave him in the graveyard and not special summon him out to the board. So as you can see, I go ahead and activate Dark Calling, banishing the Adjusted Gold and the Ferris to bring out Malibane. And yeah, if you just add up the total that's on the board, another 800 would have still left him with 100 life points off in there, and I didn't really see a point in doing that. One of the other things is I have Super Poly in my hand, but unfortunately I'm locked into Dark Heroes and I don't have an Elemental Hero on the board in order to be able to bring out my Hispanic hero Escarado. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave things kind of the way they are, attack with what I got, and then I'm gonna set the Super Poly and end up ending my turn, and just hoping that this is enough to go ahead and end this game right here. Go ahead and offer the cut. Of course, it's like a huge pal, so he gives it 3 cuts. I'm gonna set the Super Poly like I said and end my turn. He's gonna draw for turn, and unfortunately there's not much that he can do. And with 100 life points left, he's just gonna go ahead and concede this game. You know, it's pretty crazy. You know, Mad Jacker, even though the Mad Jacker didn't do anything, Imperm and Ash, and it just wasn't enough to stop the 60 card pal. Okay, so going into game 2, we actually spent like 4 or 5 minutes siding because we were talking, and you know, Joe Darte and Die Pay to Win is over there, and yeah, we spent a lot of time talking and siding. And unfortunately, this looks like game 1 again, right? Because he set 1 pass, and yeah, so he didn't actually do anything. I'm gonna activate a Hero Lives. Let's see if he go ahead and takes the Ash bait this time. But no, not this time. You say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, wait, that's not how it goes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and bring out the boy Stratos Airblade to go ahead and add his friend Ferris. And, you know, at this point, I'm just thinking, like, he's got 4 hand traps in his hand, and he's got to have Nibiru because, you know, everybody sides in Nibiru. I drew my other Stratos, so I'm gonna use Stratos' effect to destroy his back row. And you know, he didn't know that Stratos is like multiple times per turn. He goes ahead and flips the D barrier, so unfortunately that makes it look like I'm not going to be able to kill him this turn. Go ahead and activate Ferris's effect, discarding Mally Boy in order to not to special summon, but to put increase into my spell and trap card zone. And at this point, I'm trying to calculate just like how much damage I can do if I can get enough to kill him. Like my extra deck is not like, I don't know, like it's not really equipped to play through D barrier like that. Like there's no Dread Decimator off inside of there or nothing like that. So what I'm going to decide to do is just go ahead and stop at 3 summons. That way I can't get nibbed, and I'll have increase available for his turn. And then possibly if he does clear the board and do damage to me and everything and stuff, I can go ahead and set him back into my spell trapping card zone. So in case I need to use him for the turn after, because there are 3 Vions inside of my deck. Now right here, I was thinking that I could go ahead and go into Dark. I was going to go into the Dark Charmer and let that be my 4th summon. But then I realized that Ferris locks me into Heroes because I put the increase into my spell and trap card zone. So I also like misplayed real big right here because I have Mass Change in my hand, and I just ended my turn without setting the Mass Change. And then here comes Raigeki. Thinking about activating increases effect, but I go ahead and just forget it. Let him Raigeki my board because I believe that I also have Nibiru in my hand. Here comes his spell card that does the damages to me, and then he goes ahead and do live twin things. And as he is doing those things, I'm thinking inside of my head, when should I activate Nibiru? Because the thing is like, I don't want him to have the extender, but actually like he goes ahead, and I don't know if he realized what he was doing, but if this is, I guess, like if it's poker, all right, you can look at it like this. If he does that, it like tells me that he has an extender in his hand. But say for instance, we go into game 3 and he does the same thing, like how he set that one card to itself, but it's actually just like a bluff and it's not really an extender. So I don't know if that was something he was trying to do or if he just didn't realize that, you know, he gave a telltale sign that he had an extender inside of his hand. So I'm gonna wait to Nibiru. I really like to do it before the Sunny Snitch hits the board because I don't like that thing activating the effect to send, but I just go ahead and let it happen right here. And he tries to enter battle phase. I'm gonna go ahead and Nibiru here, and my boy has to cross out like a motherfucking boss. So he crosses out my nib, and then I'm thinking inside of my head, am I just dead right here? And you know, there's the, I believe it's 33 and then 5 and then 22, and yeah, it's not enough to kill me. And he accidentally hit the button to reset life points because he thought it was a new game, but he actually went first and I went second, so I did what I think like 5200 to him. So we had to fix that and go ahead and do the rest of my damages. 33, 5, and then he's gonna tag out for the other two. I think he was thinking that he was gonna draw, but he had already used the effect to draw. Yeah, y'all gotta pay attention to that stuff. These live twin players, they'll get you. They'll be trying to pot of greed on you. So through all that, you know, I still have enough life points in order to live. And then I'm thinking also inside of my head that, hey, you're Raigeki me, I'm gonna get to Raigeki you. I think at this point he's trying to decide if he should use the Sunny Snitches effect. Is that, no, not Sunny Snitch, Trouble Sunny. Yeah, he's trying to use the Trouble Sunny effect so he can go ahead and get the increase off the board, and he goes ahead and decides to do it, which is definitely the top tier play on his behalf right here. But the thing is like, y'all see me reading this card right here because I wanted to check to see if the damage is mandatory, and then I also confirm it with him to make sure that as long as he has a evil twin out there on the board, that I'm going to take the 200 damage for when I special summon a monster. So, you know, you see he puts a little counter on there to signify that he has done damage to me. He's just gonna like save it, and I guess like at the end of the turn like inflict all the damage to me. But I did it on purpose because I knew that taking the damage would trigger the increase inside of my graveyard. And then right here, I wasn't sure the interaction of activating Raigeki on the Trouble Sunny. If he goes ahead and tags out into blue and pink, would the blue one be able to pop my increase or my Malibane, my Mali boy? So I leave them both out on the board. That way, if he does activate, if he can do blue's effect in order to pop one of them, I can go ahead and chain increase effect and bring that out. So here y'all gonna see after the resolution of Raigeki, I'm gonna activate increases effect to send Mali boy, then increases effect in order to special summon my Vion. Vion's effect I'm going to discard to send. He is thinking right here. So no response. I send Shadow Mist. I'm gonna go ahead and use that boy Shadow Mist in order to add my Liquid Soldier from my deck to my hand. I'm checking to make sure that I'm not locked into darks or anything like that first. You know, it's always good to check just to be sure. And I'm go ahead and add the Liquid Soldier, activate Vion's second effect to go ahead and add my Poly. Now I want to go ahead and get that increase off my board and be able to get Liquid Soldier's effect, Sunrise's effect, and make sure that I have enough to finish him off. I am actually on 1, 2, 3 summons right here, so I only want to summon one more time because I'm still afraid of Nib, but also, like I said, I want to make sure that I OTK him, so I go ahead and polymerization into Sunrise, and y'all know what happens when he hits the board. Your life is ending. So now I want to make sure I get my draw effect, so I order my chain links as Graceful Charity, Chain Link 1, and Sunrise, Chain Link 2. Add my Miracle Fusion with Sunrise effect, shuffle it up, let them cut it. because my deck is way too high. You got to cut it. Discard that fares because my increase is already in the graveyard, and proceed to battle phase. And yep, 4 summons, nib, 4 summons turn 1, 4 summons turn 3, played around the nib and got the OTK. And yeah, you know, as a hero player, you gotta respect nib, you know, especially going into games 2 and 3. So that'll be it. The 2-0 against Live Twins. You know, we got to see a couple of interactive play here and there. You know, just a double Raigeki for some reason. You know, like I said, I've been playing since, you know, LOB came out. So I love that card, even if it is destroy my deck. But so that'll be the end of this commentary game. I got a couple more that I'm going to upload throughout the week. Appreciate everybody for watching. Like, subscribe.
What are you doing in here?
I'm recording in here. What are you doing?